Hello everyone, welcome to NEO IAS Daily Prelim Current Affair. Today we are covering 17th May Current Affair. The topics to be covered are Bharat Inclusion Initiative, New Biofuel Policy, Essential Test by WHO, Replace Plan. The first topic is Bharat Inclusion Initiative. The initiative was launched by CII Center in IIM Ahmedabad. CII Center is Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship, which is an incubation center which provides help to startup, mostly mentorship and in the case of finance. Mentorship and finance. Bharat Inclusion Initiative, as the name suggests, it is focusing on incubating and backing startup that mainly target areas like financial inclusion, livelihood, education and health. That mostly cover under the term inclusion or inclusive. It is launched with a commitment of $25 million, mainly from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Michael and Susan Dell Foundation, Omdia Network. Omdia Network was launched by eBay founder, and you already know or you have seen about Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Michael and Susan Dell Foundation. And these three are the main funding agencies for this Bharat Inclusion Initiative. And the project will run over for the term of 3 to 4 years. And it will also have an Bharat Inclusion Seed Fund, which will be having a corpus of $22.5 million, mainly to provide help to those startups which are basically pre-series A technology startup. Pre-series A technology startup. That's it for Bharat Inclusion Initiative. Next topic, New Biofuel Policy. The Union Government or the Union Cabinet has recently cleared New Biofuel Policy. As you all know, what's biofuel? Biofuel is something which is made from biological sources, which are actually mostly environmental friendly. So the government, which is recently pushing the more usage of biofuel so as to have an environment friendly climate and also to reduce the dependence on foreign section, like we are actually importing most of our fuel from foreign countries, and this will also help in maintaining our forest reserve. About coming to our policy, the policy categorizes biofuel as two types. One is basic and one is advanced. Basic consists of first generation biofuel. I will come into detail what do you mean by first generation biofuel, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. And next category is advanced biofuel, which actually include second generation, third generation and so on. In the case of policy, the policy expands the scope of biofuel or ethanol production from cotton or sugarcane to sugar beet, corn, cassava, broken rice, rotten potato and so on. This actually helps those farmers which are maybe looking for market when they are faced by a bountiful production. Like when the case of there is an excess production, farmer actually face losses because there is less cost or less price will be delivered for his product. In that case, they can sell this excess supply to this biofuel industry. So this will help those farmers. And also the policy creates a viability gap funding mechanism of 5,000 crore in 6 years, mainly for second generation ethanol biorefinery. And it is in addition to tax incentive and high purchase price, which is given to second generation biofuel. By this policy, the government can help the farmer to deal with the time when they are facing with excess supply in the market, or can also help the farmer to remove the stubble, mainly right now causing pollution, and also waste which will be generated from can also be used in the case of second generation. And coming to type of biofuel, we have mainly three types. There's also another type, fourth generation. But we are only dealing right now first generation, second generation, and third generation. First topic, first generation biofuel. First generation biofuel are mainly made from homemade food. Like here the feedstock, that's a resource from which biofuel is generated, are mainly homemade food. For example, can be corn, can be sugarcane, can be sugar beet, wheat, sorghum, and so on. Here we are actually using conventional technology, hence the name conventional biofuel. Or it is as the policy name first generation as basic biofuel, since the technology used is basic one. And also the most common first generation biofuel are biodiesel, ethanol, biogas. As you know, biogas is made from organic waste. Ethanol is mainly made from sugarcane. Whereas in the case of biodiesel, we are actually made from extraction of vegetable oil. So that's actually the resource here is mainly human food. That's the thing you need to understand here. Whereas in the case of second generation, these are produced from feedstock, but this feedstock in this case is not used as human food. Here the main feedstock are mainly woody crop and agriculture residue or waste. Woody crop and agriculture residue or waste. However, in this case there is a difficulty of extraction of fuel, and we are using more advanced technology, hence the name advanced biofuel. Hence the name advanced biofuel. As the name suggests, they are using advanced technology. The cost may be different. However, there is one good point compared to first generation, because here there is no waste is generated. I repeat, in the case of second generation biofuel, the cost may be higher because we are using advanced technology. But in compared to first generation, no or less waste is created in the case of second generation, because we are actually using agriculture residues or waste, and the output of this may be very less waste. Whereas in the case of first generation, waste is generated, whereas in the case of second generation, less waste or no waste is generated. It is also called advanced biofuel because we are using advanced technology. In the case of third generation, we are actually using a type of crops, or specially engineered energy crops such as algae. However, the technology used here is more advanced and the cost will be more higher, and we are right now focusing mainly on second generation, third generation. There is also another type called fourth generation, but I will not delve more into that detail because the policy is not speaking about that fourth generation. Okay. I have given that about fourth generation in the material. You can go through the material. Okay. And next topic is essential test by WHO. WHO recently released a list of diagnostic tests, which is called as essential list. These are actually released to diagnose most common disease and certain priority disease. Priority disease means these are meant to be dealt with immediately, so as to contain or so as to eliminate them from the universe or from the earth. Overall, there are 113 tests. There are here out of 113, 58 tests are listed for detection of most common conditions, whereas remaining 55 are listed for diagnosis of priority diseases like HIV, hepatitis B and C, malaria, tuberculosis, HPV, human papillomavirus, and so on. For each category of test, there is also the diagnosis test will specify the type of test and intended use, format, whether they are intended for primary health center, and so on. And what's the main advantage of this one is actually they gives a guideline to the government so that the government can look into this essential list while maintaining their national plan. And they will be able to use their resource or financial resource more efficiently. And WHO will update its essential list of tests every year. Like when they are faced with advanced type of disease, like maybe in the future the antimicrobial resistance and so on, they will update their list of tests. And WHO is also maintaining an essential list of medicine for the past 1 decade, I think so. And they are updating this list according to the need of the time. That's it for the essential list of tests by WHO. That's WHO means World Health Organization. Next topic is replace plan. It is also by World Health Organization. As the name suggests, the replace plan is a plan launched by WHO to eliminate industrially produced artificial trans fat from global food supply chain by 2023. Why we want to eliminate trans fat? And before that, why industry use trans fat? Artificial trans fat is used by the global food industry because this will help them to increase the shelf life of food. So one food which is contain trans fat will be able to have more time rather than compared to one having natural fat. However, trans fat has its own defects or has its own problem because trans fat is considered one of the major reasons behind coronary heart disease mortality, because this trans fat clog or block artery which may lead to heart attack. And according to WHO, more than 5 lakh deaths are caused due to trans fat. Mostly are cardiovascular disease. So there is a need to eliminate this trans fat, and the replace plan is mainly consists of 6 strategic action, which are review, promote, legislate, assess, create awareness and enforce. Review means they are reviewing current policies of global food supply chain or maybe the governments also. And after that they will promote among the government or among the global food companies the use to reduce the use of artificial trans fat, and they will also ask the government to legislate new laws so as to reduce the consumption of trans fat among their people or among their citizens. And once they have done this thing, they also assess and monitor the impact or amount of trans fat in the world. And the next strategy action is create awareness. They will also run various campaigns among the people so as to create awareness and so as to force the companies to replace trans fat. And they will also help the government to enforce these regulations. Once more, I will repeat this one. Replace plan is launched by WHO to eliminate artificial trans fat from global food supply chain by 2023. It consists of 6 strategic action. Why trans fat? Because it is considered to be associated with increased risk of coronary heart disease mortality. Trans fat, by industry use trans fat because it actually increases the shelf life of food. That's it for today's current affair. Have a good time and thank you.